It started with a napkin. A coffee-stained paper napkin at a crowded cafe, passed around during a casual lunch among students from the local art college and business program. They were brainstorming ideas for a mock startup assignment. Nothing real, nothing serious. Just for fun. And that's when someone, almost as a joke, turned to the quiet woman in the corner. "Why don't you draw the logo? You like doodling, right?" They chuckled. She didn't. But she nodded softly and took the pen. She had no degree, no studio, no social media presence. Her sketchbook was an old textbook with pages torn out to save paper. Her clothes hung loosely, her hands were ink-stained, and her gaze often drifted to the ground, not out of shyness, but out of a practiced habit of avoiding judgment. What no one knew was that she had once lived in a shelter just a few blocks away, sleeping next to vending machines and trying to trade pencil portraits for spare change. Her drawings weren't just art, they were survival. And the symbols she etched? Each one held a story, rooted in the shadows of nights spent watching others while she remained invisible. The logo she drew that day was simple, clean lines, a single curve, and an unexpected twist at the end that made it hard to forget. She handed it back without a word. They glanced at it, nodded, and continued chatting. The idea was barely registered. She left before dessert. But something strange happened. Weeks later, the group submitted their mock startup design, with her logo on the front page, to a campus-wide competition. They didn't credit her. They didn't even remember her name. But the judges did remember the logo. It spread quickly. A design blog posted about it. Then a fashion microlabel used a variation. Suddenly, it was popping up on coffee sleeves, startup websites, even minimalist sneakers sold online. No one knew where it came from, but everyone agreed. It looked like the future. Meanwhile, she kept drawing. She sketched in bus stations, on the backs of receipts, on broken cardboard. Quietly. Always watching, always improving. And all the while, her logo, the one they laughed about, was becoming the silent face of a global trend. Then came the twist. A viral TikTok user made a video trying to trace the origin of the logo that's everywhere. A breadcrumb trail led back to the college assignment, and then to a cafe security camera. It showed her handing over the napkin. That moment ignited a firestorm online. Asterisk, who is she? Asterisk. Asterisk, why hasn't she been credited? Asterisk. Asterisk, is she even okay? Asterisk. Suddenly, the invisible woman was at the center of the most talked-about design controversy in years. Influencers demanded justice. Brands panicked. And a major design agency, known for poaching fresh talent, offered her a contract live on a stream. She declined. Instead, she posted just one video, a time-lapse of her sketching a new symbol. No talking. No captions. Just soft piano music and her hands moving across a canvas. It reached 14 million views in 2 days. And that's when the real story began. She launched her own brand, silent, stark, and unapologetically personal. No celebrity endorsements. No overproduced ads. Just bold, meaningful design and a mission to give others like her a chance. Her company didn't just sell logos. It gave away scholarships, funded art supplies for underprivileged kids, and offered free design classes in forgotten neighborhoods. Within a year, major companies were lining up, hoping to rebrand using her vision. Her minimalist aesthetic became a movement. Fashion labels, tech companies, NGOs, they all wanted a piece of the brand that stood for more than just style. It stood for truth. And then came the final twist. She quietly bought a 40% stake in the very agency that once offered to exploit her talent. Not to gloat, but to restructure it. She fired the executives who had passed on her, rebuilt the internship program to prioritize artists from shelters, group homes, and migrant backgrounds, and renamed the firm after the symbol she first drew on that napkin, now the most recognized logo in modern design. What the world had dismissed as just a doodle had become the identity of a generation. And the woman they laughed at? She became the reason art, once overlooked, reclaimed its power to change everything. Because sometimes the most powerful brands don't come from boardrooms or billionaire pitches. Sometimes, they come from the hands of someone no one saw coming. And they leave behind not just a design, but a legacy.